Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're diving into the world of language learning through storytelling. We'll be exploring how stories, like the classic fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, can help you improve your English language skills. Whether you're a beginner or looking to enhance your vocabulary, sentence structure, and listening comprehension, stories are a fantastic tool for language learners. Join us as we break down the story, examine its characters and moral, and show you how stories can make learning English both fun and effective. Stay tuned to learn how to unlock the power of storytelling in your language learning journey. One of the most famous stories that can be presented to English learners is The Tortoise and the Hare. This fable comes from Aesop's collection of fables and teaches an important lesson about perseverance and humility. The story: once upon a time, in a forest, there was a hare who was very proud of how fast he could run. He often bragged about his speed to all the other animals. One day, the tortoise, who was slow but steady, challenged the hare to a race. The hare laughed and accepted, thinking it would be an easy win. On the day of the race, the hare zoomed off at the start, leaving the tortoise far behind. Confident he would win, the hare decided to take a nap under a tree. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued at a slow but consistent pace, never stopping. When the hare woke up, he was shocked to find the tortoise nearing the finish line. The hare rushed to catch up, but it was too late. The tortoise won the race, proving that slow and steady wins the race. Characters: the hare, proud, fast, and overconfident. The tortoise, humble, slow, but determined and persistent. Moral: the moral of the story is, slow and steady wins the race. It teaches that overconfidence and arrogance can lead to failure, while persistence, hard work, and patience bring success in the long run. Learning language through stories. Listening to and reading stories like The Tortoise and the Hare can significantly improve language skills. Here's how. Vocabulary development. Stories expose learners to new words in context, which helps them understand and remember the words better. For example, in this story, words like bragged, challenge, consistent, and persistence are introduced naturally. Understanding sentence structure. Through stories, learners can see how sentences are structured in everyday language, helping them learn grammar in a practical way. Cultural insights. Stories also provide insights into the values and cultural lessons of a language. In this case, the moral teaches the value of humility and persistence, common themes in many cultures. Comprehension and listening skills. Listening to stories helps learners practice understanding spoken English. As they follow along with the events, characters, and outcomes, they improve their listening and comprehension skills. By listening to stories, English learners get the chance to hear authentic language usage, improve their vocabulary, and understand the flow of conversations, all while enjoying valuable lessons. Learning language through stories. Improved pronunciation. Listening to stories also helps learners improve their pronunciation and intonation. When they hear how native speakers pronounce words, they can try to mimic the rhythm and sounds of the language. This can be particularly beneficial when learners listen to stories in audio format, as they get to hear the natural flow of the language. Contextual understanding. Language learners often struggle with understanding how words and phrases are used in real-life situations. By listening to stories, learners get a deeper understanding of how words are used in context. For example, in the story of The Tortoise and the Hare, Learners see the word bragging in context, which helps them understand that it refers to boasting about one's abilities in a way that may be annoying to others. Engagement and motivation. Stories are often more engaging than simple language exercises. They capture attention through interesting plots, characters, and emotional connections. This makes it easier for learners to stay motivated and continue learning. When learners are emotionally invested in a story, they are more likely to remember the language and the lesson it imparts. Repetition for reinforcement. In many stories, key phrases or structures are repeated, which reinforces learning. For example, if the phrase, "slow and steady wins the race," is repeated throughout the story, it sticks in the learner's memory, helping them internalize both the phrase and its meaning. This repetition also helps with grammar structures, as learners can observe patterns in sentence construction. Encouraging creative thinking. Listening to stories encourages learners to think creatively and critically about the language they are learning. As they interpret the meaning of the story, they begin to think more deeply about word choices, emotions, and themes in the language, which ultimately improves their language skills. Building confidence. Finally, as learners listen to and understand more stories, they build their confidence in their language abilities. By successfully following along with the story, understanding the plot, and recognizing new words, learners realize that they are capable of mastering the language, which encourages them to keep progressing. In conclusion, stories offer a powerful tool for language learning. They combine entertainment with education, providing exposure to vocabulary, sentence structures, and cultural lessons, all of which enhance comprehension and fluency. By using stories as a tool, English learners can build a strong foundation for their language skills in a natural and enjoyable way.